let's look at the National and State Assembly members as we talk about the proposed immunity after a bill that would potentially grant immunity from prosecution to the presiding officers of the National and State Assemblies passed second reading in the House of Representatives last week. The issue of the cost, both financial and moral, of governance in Nigeria has returned to the front burner of political discourse. Sponsored by Odebumi Olusegun of Ogoluwa Surulere Federal Constituency, the bill effectively seeks an amendment to Section 308 of the 1999 Constitution, which currently exempts a person holding the office of president or vice president, governor or deputy governor from civil or criminal proceedings, including arrest or imprisonment during his period in office. Now, according to the sponsor of the bill, the move is to avoid distraction for the leadership of the legislative arm and protect, stabilize the House, as well as ensure that our democracy continues to flourish at national and state levels. Well, the bill has so far attracted opposition from both the media and also a cross-section of civil society organizations that suggest that there is more to it than meets the eye. Now, let's talk about this bill. A bill that seemingly, supposed to aid our democracy. Why is it garnering so much controversy? That is my question.
Patience. Nigerians, we don't go through history. We don't read.
Yeah.
That's our big problem. We don't do research. If you recall, this bill came up sometime in 2016, if I recall, and it was thrown out. So it simply means that the National Assembly or the honorable members and senators you have today are not in tandem with what is happening in the world. Now, we're looking at a bill that wants to protect them from what? What do they want protection from?
That's the question.
See, this is where the problem lies.
From distraction, from doing their job.
As far as I'm concerned, this is where the problem lies. As long as we keep having former governors who unfortunately did not perform in their various states as senators, nothing would move forward. The Ninth Senate, as far as I'm concerned, is just there because I haven't seen any bill. We're talking about insecurity in the land. What bill have they proposed? What bill have they passed? We're talking about health challenges in the health sector. What bill have they sent forward? Education. What bill? So we're talking of unemployment. What bill have they come up with? We're talking of a bad electoral process, which a lot of them have benefited from. What bill have they come up with? So why can you be talking about a bill that protects you from persecution? If you're not a thief, you don't want to hide yourself. So the bottom line is that we have people who already have made up their mind to continue to steal our commonwealth. So as far as they're concerned, maybe they're going to be there 4 years, 12 years, 16 years, they want to be covered. But you see, one thing we need to understand, there is nowhere in the world where legislators are given such immunity.
Mazi, what do you say about this bill?
It talked about 2016. It was thrown out. It was thrown out because they had a balanced two houses.
Yeah, okay.
Saraki was there. What's the other man's name? That was in, House of Rep was there. And they looked at them that these people are two opposite sides to the government. Now we have the two houses headed by people who are sacrificed, people who believe that it is only what he says that they will carry out. You ask me, what do I say? What do I have to say? That they want it is themselves. He has just mentioned the state governor who didn't do well is now in the Senate. And he was having immunity when he was the state governor. And he has come
now
to the
wants immunity
and he wants it to continue. From there now it will go to local government.
Yes.
From there, we discussed it last week on the other radio platform and things like that. I said, when Cain and Abel offered their sacrifice to God, Cain was not happy. And God asked, if you have done the right thing, will you be sad? If they've been doing the right thing, would they be afraid of the people they are representing? The answer is no. It is because they know what I've stolen. And the spirit of our money will continue to haunt them. And that is why they want protection from the law. How come that instead of them to now promote the culture of the land, fight against indiscipline, fight against corruption. The health, even the ASO is on strike now. They've not talked about education. They've not talked about the light issue. They are now talking about themselves, same immunity. So you ask me what I say. Am I happy? The answer is that I am not happy.
Okay.
Nigerians are not happy. God himself is not happy with them.
All right, social media users, Dr. Maduka, are asking this question. Now, first of all, before they became members of the House of Reps, you know, they were made to take an oath of office. And part of that oath is that every bill that passes through the hallowed chambers will be beneficial to the lives of every Nigerian. The question on social media is, how is this bill beneficial to an average Nigerian?
I think if I could redefine the new democracy in Nigeria, I would say the democracy we're practicing now is for the leaders, by the leaders, for the leaders. Because if you look at that, you know, you just discover, have they become an accounting offices? Are they now chief executives? What they are there is to pass laws. Now, if you are to pass laws and you are the same person who is trying to impede on that law, how reasonable, how sensible could anybody see that and say you are even doing well? I think, like my co-panelists have just said, I think it's an aberration for me to hear that a law maker want to protect himself. What are you protecting? Except there's something you're hiding. Because if you are not hiding anything, what are you? What are you? Are you the one that is the governor is approving officer or whatever? Except in your constituency, which I am coming in now. The problem is that one, most of the money they collected for their constituencies. If by God's grace we have one radical who will say, look, we need to probe this, all the constituency funds that you've collected.
So
want
far.
to know how far. And you now discover that some of them are using those things to go and buy shoe polish, buckets, you know, meanwhile you collected millions of naira and you're buying shoe polish to give
and
your
wheelbarrows.
And wheelbarrows. You see, it's something that when I saw it, you know, I was crying. That how on earth can somebody who is reasonable could do this thing to a fellow human? And that's the same thing you're talking about, Sanusi. These are the things that he's saying that, look, if we don't do something for these Salam Nigerians, a time will come they'll stone us.
The time is
Because
close
the
at
time
hand.
is coming. Because you can collect millions of naira and you're buying somebody to use to polish to do what?
Empowerment.
so you see, this, I think that's the fear, because I'm telling you, Nigeria will not continue like this. I'm telling you the truth, because in every evolution, in any national evolution, it gets to a time. It's like if you have a graph, it goes up.
It peaks and then it picks
up again.
comes
A
down.
time is coming that it will peak, and somebody will peak, and then ask everybody. And then do you ask yourself, why did we stop history in the schools?
No, they brought it back.
We discussed it.
Recently, because people have been shouting.
They brought it back.
It's only in the history
discussed
that we
it
can be
here.
able to know.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been in the Senate for 10, 12 years, 6 years. What is it that we can point out in your constituency that will say, oh, this is what you've done? You go to a village, you dug a well or whatever, and you hire a generator and pump the water. Immediately the water sees it.
You go and buy water.
Let me quickly add. You see, this bill is actually exposing the mindset of those we have as leaders. It is selfish. It is wicked. It is the height of impunity against the people of Nigeria.
Okay.
You know, so as far as I'm concerned, I would also tell Mr. President, the way you took the electoral bill that was presented before the election and kept it inside your drawer, when they present this bill, take it too and put it in the same place.
Okay. Well, the majority of Nigerians are perceiving this bill as the latest manifestation of the National Assembly's desire to create a state of exemption for its members against prosecution for corruption or other violations of their oath of office. Well, whether this will be passed into law, we still have to wait and see.